This is Coffee with God, and I am Father Jose. Let us begin this day with the Word of God and a short reflection.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 9, verses 46 to 50. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. They started arguing over which of them would be most famous. When Jesus realized how much this mattered to them, he brought a child to his side. "Whoever accepts this child, as if the child were me, accepts me," he said. "And whoever accepts me, accepts the one who sent me. You become great by accepting, not asserting. Your spirit, not your size, makes the difference." John spoke up, "Master, we saw a man using your name to expel demons, and we stopped him because he wasn't of our group." Jesus said, "Don't stop him. If he's not an enemy, he's an ally."
Reflections on the Holy Gospel according to St. Luke, chapter 9, verses 46 to 50. Today's Gospel speaks of some on-the-job training for Jesus' disciples. Jesus identifies two attitudes of the mind and heart, jealousy and envy, as obstacles to true discipleship. The disciples are going through their schooling during their 3 years with Jesus. An argument arose among the disciples about which of them was the greatest, narrates Luke. Perhaps this was Luke's way of addressing the issue of power struggle in the early Christian community. Luke explains the meaning of power and greatness in the eyes of Jesus. Normally, power is the ability to control things or people according to one's own will. For Jesus, power is the ability and willingness to gift oneself entirely to the cause of the gospel. The world understands power as domination, whereas Jesus understands it as occasions to surrender, sacrifice, and capacity to love. The disciples of Jesus must have been trying to establish their chances of being in key positions when Jesus would establish his kingdom. They put their credentials for the job, and there is an argument among them. The problems have only moved from bad to worse. We live in a world that promotes relentless fighting in which the weak disappear and the strongest and the fittest ones alone succeed in life. The law that moves our world today is the law of competition. The apostles of Jesus experienced it as we read about it in today's gospel. They believed that because they were from the group of those close to Jesus and were the first to follow him, they deserve an important place. And this argument seems logical and expected. However, Jesus puts a child in front of them. This image of the child may not be that easy to understand today, because today the children occupy the most important place in our homes and in our societies. They are the treasure of today's society. However, the Jewish society of the time of Jesus was different. Women and children had no voice in society. A child represented the weakest in the group. Moreover, when Jesus picked up the child and placed it in the center of their discussion, he advocated a reversal of priorities. In God's scheme of things, the weakest, the poor, the abandoned, and the sinners occupy the center stage. And they are the most important people in God's kingdom. Attending to these important people of the kingdom is the only criterion to finding favor with God. To welcome and to surrender to the last as a way to be the first.